get big leads, lose them, but can be down big and come back quickly.
We call that spurtability in my dictionary. But they have to be more patient in their attack and utilize each other instead of trying to do it one-on-one.
Siva hits the deck, comes up with it. Curate deep. Misses his first shot of the second half. Harrelson with another rebound.
But at least that time you saw a little more ball movement and patience from Louisville. And that's what they're going to have to display. And they also have to try to get some points off their defense. For Kentucky, do what they did in the first half. Find your matchup advantages, be patient, and make sure you get a good shot every trip.
Brandon Knight, the freshman from Fort Lauderdale with a big first half, 12 points. He hit 2 threes on 3 attempts. 4 to shoot for Knight. Rises, rims off, and the rebound to Jang. Jang has done a nice job.
He really has, Gus. You're right. You're exactly right there. He's been active. He's had a presence out there. Knowles continues to struggle. That's not a bad shot, though. Early in the offense, but he was wide open, and he's an excellent three-point shooter.
Knowles is 2 for 10 from the field. 2 of 6 from the three-point line. 6 points. 35 to 24. Terrence Jones on the baseline. 16-footer. Harrelson getting into the act now.
He's got a nice touch, Gus. He doesn't look to shoot a lot because he's become so good at getting to the offensive glass, but he's got a nice-looking stroke.
37 to 24. Smith driving, misses the layup. Kentucky contesting everything. Knight in transition. That ball stolen. Knowles, lead pass, Chris Smith. And he bangs it down. Knight guarded by Siva. He draws a double. Jones walks it over the line. So Knight, Liggins, Harrelson, Miller, and Terrence Jones on the floor for Kentucky. Knight off the dribble. Pocket pick and tied up. So Kentucky will get it once a night. Being guarded closely by Siva. Siva offensively has been very quiet. Only 2 points. The average is 12 a game. Miller backing his way down. Liggins almost blocked. Harrelson there and foul. Harrelson's so active on the offensive glass. He's been able to use that big body to get great position near the basket.
He sure has, and he's done a nice job anticipating. He knows that that's his primary responsibility. He's not setting screens, and he's going to be working that weak side rebounding position. Look at the numbers already for Harrelson. The average is 9 rebounds a game, and he's passed that by 33%.
Siva trying to cross over, dribbles it out of bounds. Liggins is causing him a lot of problems.
Well, because of his length and his quickness, Gus, he can be off of Siva by 1.5 feet, 2 feet, and still be in position to bother his shot. And he's got the quickness laterally to be able to stay in front of him there.
So if you're Siva, what do?
You've got to be quick with your attack, and then you've got to try to move the ball off the pass and try to get it on a ball reversal with spacing so you can attack. But against the set defense, you can't dribble through it.
Knight.
You count that all day. That's ATM time right there. When that young fella has his feet set and there's nobody in the neighborhood, splash.
15.
Took the close out by Lamb.
Lamb turning the corner and almost threw it away. 8 to shoot. Smith drives inside. Jennings. Jenny lays it in.
A lot of work for that bucket, though, wasn't it? And if you're going to come back, Louisville needs to be able to find a way to get some easy scores. That was well done. But to get back from a 16-point hold, you've got to get some easy scores.
Backdoor Lamb from Jones lays it in. Kentucky so well schooled on everything thrown at them this afternoon.
They've handled it beautifully.
Seba's been very sloppy with the basketball as a point guard. Liggins has rattled him quite a bit.
Well, pressure does that, Gus. He's made him uncomfortable.
Knowles pops out for three. There it goes. The objective is 10 for Louisville, wouldn't you say, Clark?
Oh, without question. Anytime you can shake, you want to win the little small segments. You've got these little 4-minute wars, most coaches call them, as we look at media timeout. So you want to win each of those by 2 or 3 points if you're Louisville. Now, if you can spurt and win one of those by 5 or 6, now you're talking about a quick turnaround and some positive momentum.
Terrence Jones.
Another thing, Gus, is to try to speed it up, you need some scores. You know what I mean? To try to speed things up, you can apply some pressure in the full court. Try to get Kentucky out of this very comfortable rhythm they've been in.
Jones across the lane, dumps it. Jones has been wonderful this afternoon, doing other things aside from looking for his scoring.
Well, he knows he's going to be double-teamed. He's double-teamed. He's taking his time. Beautifully done. Just outstanding execution. 4 assists for Terrence Jones.
48-31. Jennings calling for it inside. They go away from him. Smith, and he rattles that one home. It's a 3. Chris Smith makes it a 48-34 game and a turnover. Louisville with numbers. Jurek to the bucket. And Kentucky wants a timeout. John Calipari jumping off the bench. He can't believe it. Cardinals trying to make a run. Trying to figure out how to come up with stops. Inside Harrelson. Jump hook, got it. Harrelson
Been a key player in helping to develop the point guards that John Calipari has had over the last few years. You go to Derrick Rose and Tyreek Evans. John Wall last year, and now you look at Brandon Knight, and you can see Brandon, even though he is in transition, because he's such a terrific scorer, understanding more and more how to be a point guard.
Brandon Knight, talking to it, Rob, before the game, is the best shooter of
No question.
the point guards that Coach Calipari has
Certainly
had.
at this stage.
They're trying to learn how to get other guys involved. Jones getting involved offensively now as he banks one in.
Well, it's just an obvious mismatch, Gus. I mean, they just don't have enough size, do the Cardinals, to bother Harrelson or Jones in the paint area.
Knowles really sparking this Louisville team. 5 threes in this game. 54-43. Remember, Louisville can score points in bunches, but they haven't been able to come up with stops. Miller and an offensive foul as he hooked his man going to the bucket.
The swim stroke, you get
Battled as of yet. Knight. Jones, double team. Dribbles out of it. Almost lost it. 8 to shoot. Knight attacks. Ankle breaker to the bucket and a foul. And Knight will go to the line and shoot 2.
He's an excellent free throw shooter, but I like the poise he showed there. Didn't settle for a quick jumper, even though late in the clock. Got the ball into the paint under control, and now he'll get himself a chance to knock down, give himself a chance for a couple of free throws here.
Smith called for the foul, his 3rd. Brandon Knight, 18 points, 7 of 12 from the free throw line.
He's a 76% free throw shooter.
Talk about a young man with a high IQ, both athletically and academically. I was talking to him before the game. He said, "What was your lowest score this year?" He said, "You know, I got a 91 in sociology." I guess he was sloughing off.
And he sounded pained.
Yeah,
he was pained when he told you that, wasn't he? They say he's a driven kid. He's very driven to be.
Full court pressure now by Louisville. Jones, look at the versatility. Able to bring the ball up the floor with that left hand, and he's fouled.
O'Mara is still struggling with that sprained ankle. They had hoped to keep him out of action for another week or so, and you could see it there, just not able to comfortably or confidently move.
Louisville as a team 4 of 10 from the free throw line. Conversely, Kentucky is 11 of 12.
Big difference. Not in volume, but in makes. It's really been Kentucky's ability to take advantage of its superior players and the size.
Knight. And Smith with the rebound. Siva for 3. Jennings there for the offensive rebound. Knowles. Got it.
Oh, he doesn't need much daylight, does he?
Not at all. 69-56. Kentucky 4:02 to play. I gotta dust off my A game.
Oh, you don't need to dust it off. It's always spit shine.
The lob. Harrelson. What a game. If Josh Harrelson continues to develop, this Kentucky team is really going to go far this year.
Well, when you think of, oh, nice drive by Peyton Siva.
And once again, folks, don't forget, coming up next, we've got football here on New Year's Eve. Notre Dame and Miami. And the Hyundai Sun Bowl next, right here on CBS. But getting back to Josh Harrelson, he's just had an incredible day. 21 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists.
Well, guys, we were talking about this young team, this young Kentucky team, and how Josh Harrelson continues to provide now, whether you can expect a career-high double-double now, but consistently he's given them 9 rebounds already, so that's not, and he's capable offensively as he's shown here. But with a young team, the ceiling is always high. And you think about it, this team, from the time we saw them 3 weeks ago, how they've improved. And you've got another segment of the season coming up with conference play. If this team stays healthy, continues to grow, you're exactly right. They could have a deep tournament run.
And the great thing about Josh is offensively, his confidence is growing, and that could be a big advantage. Again on the lob, grabs it and puts it in.
Well, it's simple. It's really elementary. They're bigger and stronger.
Assigned, and that role is starting to expand, because if there's one area of concern for John Calipari, it's the bigs inside. They basically just have 2, Harrelson and Eloy Vargas.
Exactly. That's exactly right, Gus. Although I might disagree with you that he decided he was forced. I mean, if he was going to play, he better accept that role that had been laid out for him.
Just take a look at Kentucky's upcoming schedule. They'll play Monday against Penn out of the Ivy League, and then SEC play begins.
I would say he agreed
Here.
Louisville showed tremendous fight, just didn't have enough against the team that had more size and more playmakers and was on top of its game.
Liggins, who's been wonderful, goes to the basket now, and there's an exclamation point by Jones. 78-63. The final score from Louisville as Coach Pitino and Coach Calipari shake hands, and that's it.